Hey, if you're heading to PAX South, we will be there doing We Have Concerns live Saturday, the 30th at 8 p.m. in the Falcon Theater. So please come see us live, say hey, hang out with us afterwards. If you're coming to PAX South, we would love to see you guys. Dude, the big TV is always open. There's no discussion about what's going to go on the big TV because she doesn't care because she's playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
So I get to watch all the weirdest stuff. I get to watch all the strangest, weirdest, foreignest art films that I want to watch.
Thank you, Handheld Gaming.
Thanks, Animal Crossing. Thank you, Tom Nook. I never thought I'd thank Tom Nook.
You never thought you'd be thanking Tom Nook.
But there it is. Thank you, Tom Nook. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizen. Sorry. My phone's supposed to be off when we start these things.
Yeah.
But the neighbor's dog leaped a fence.
Always the neighbor's dog.
The neighbor's
Always
dog.
blame it on the neighbor's dog. The neighbor's dog didn't have your phone.
The neighbor's dog
Although
did
that
have
would
my
be
phone
hilarious.
once. The neighbor's dog was making prank calls.
Oh, man. That's when I got all those calls from that person that sounded like you, but more like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, you'd know I'd never call you.
Yeah, right. Hey, there was a point on this show. It happened, a very clear demarcation line in the sand before we knew about CRISPR-Cas9 and after we knew about CRISPR-Cas9. It seems like CRISPR-Cas9 is going to start being a lot more stories on this show because affordable, inexpensive gene splicing, gene manipulation is happening. You know, we did a story about it a while back, several months ago, and now it seems like more and more stories are coming in about the CRISPR and what it's going to do to the world. It's really a paradigm shift.
So if you've been hearing about CRISPR a lot, but you're not entirely sure what it is, CRISPR is not. I think a lot of people have been asking me, like, CRISPR is some sort of machine or technology. CRISPR is actually this sort of thing that is in 40 to 50% of the genomes of living things. That is, it's basically this kind of like immune strand that basically makes your DNA immune to certain mutations or receptive to certain mutations. And by modifying CRISPR, we are able to modify DNA in ways that you couldn't do it before.
Right.
And it will naturally just spread throughout DNA once you put it into the CRISPR strain of something.
And now we're able to do it very inexpensively, and I think it's only going to continue to go down. And so people are talking about the kinds of things that this is going to allow us to do to both human beings and animals. And this is an article.
You know I want a pair of majestic bird wings. We've already discussed
We've talked about this, among many other things. This is an article that Jacob McGlasson sent us from the BBC about scientists sitting around talking about CRISPR and maybe some of the fun things that we might be able to make.
Sure, like we'll be able to cure diseases. We'll be able to get rid of mutations that are harmful.
Or make dragons.
I'm sorry?
These guys want to make dragons.
Well, who am I to stop them? I'll tell you who. No one. And even if I was in the authority to stop them, I wouldn't.
They have dragons.
Yeah.
I think we've all seen enough Game of Thrones to know that if you have dragons, that's kind of the trump card.
Dude, 3 dragons? You can rule over everything. That's all
right.
it takes.
So
3 dragons.
These guys were sitting around watching Daenerys Targaryen, and they said to themselves, "We got this CRISPR thing. We can be the mother of dragons."
I like that you say Daenerys Targaryen like Daenerys Targaryen.
I say it like the
David-
audiobook says it.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Okay.
That's
I like
how the dude says it on the audiobook, because that's what I listened to before the show ever existed. Fucker.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Anyway, these guys want to make dragons, and they think they can.
I'm sorry, it just sounds like you're doing like some sort of Scottish or Irish, like a soccer coach.
Get in there, Daenerys. You're going in. These guys think they can make dragons. Of course, none of them is foolish enough to think they can make fire-breathing dragons. They're not. They know that
foolish
physics
or ambitious.
Well, maybe baby steps to fire-breathing. But they do think that they can make a thing that will look like the mythical dragon and that will have big, gigantic wings. They say probably not functional. Probably won't be able to actually fly, but it will be a horrible monstrosity that doesn't understand why its wings won't work.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds like something we'd do.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. These wings are purely decorative.
Yeah, they are. They just for us to look at and go, hey, look, a dragon.
So, okay, so they're just gonna do what? They're gonna take some lizard, maybe even like a Komodo dragon or something like that.
Mix and match, mix 'em ups.
Throw some wings on it, like bat wings. What would be the most appropriate wing? What would be the wing
definitely
that
have
would
to be
take?
bat wings.
Yeah, would a bat wing take? I guess anything would take. I guess
Well, you
that's
have
what
to
they're
make
saying.
bat wings and then big ones, because little teeny bat wings on a. Although you could make miniature dragons, that'd be cute. I mean, they were very cute in the first couple of seasons of Game of Thrones, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
This always reminds me of my favorite part of Jurassic Park, not the movie. My favorite part of Jurassic Park, the movie, is the sweet Linux operating system that they have.
Yeah.
My favorite part of Jurassic Park, the book, which I genuinely don't remember anything about. The movie really just erased it from my mind.
Yeah.
Except for the one thing that was different about the movie and the book. In the book, they talk about all the things they had to do before they could do dinosaurs, right?
Yeah.
And one of the first things they did was tiny pet elephants, like tabletop elephants.
I mean, if you're gonna make an elephant, might as well make a tiny elephant.
Like this adorable little heffalump, dude.
Yeah.
Like a teeny tiny little, except in the book, making them tiny actually made them mean. Something about making them dwarf elephants made them super, super mean.
Yeah.
Like dwarf rabbits, I guess, are really bitey, and he kind of took it from there.
Dwarf rabbits.
Yeah, but dwarf elephants, dude, real life Pokemon. That's what we're talking about here.
That's what we're talking about.
These are the stakes.
Instead of catching them all, you just have to create them all. Gotta create them all.
We will. Why not?
Listen to this quote.
Why not make yourself a Pikachu or an Eevee?
Listen to this quote. It says, there are possibilities of spectacles, animals and plants not created for personal use, but to be exhibited. That's Jurassic Park. That's Jurassic Park.
Wow. Hey, you know what else that is? Even more so than Jurassic Park. That's exactly one of those really horrible sci-fi novels where we are God.
Yeah.
Like in a bad way. I know Jurassic Park didn't turn out well. I'm not saying Jurassic Park turned out wonderfully.
Right.
But I'm talking about those larger, like crazier sci-fi books where it's just like, I don't know, people are all living in leisure and they're just creating living things for their own amusement and like,
Yeah. I like how he says, not for use. Like the animal kingdom is there for our use. It's not for use. It's just for, just to look at.
It's not to pillage and plunder like the rest of the earth.
Right.
It's strictly for funsies.
So they've already created the glowfish. I think we talked about that a while ago. A fish that glows in the dark. Just to see if they could.
Listen, making things glow in the dark is basically like the first thing scientists do. You know how you get like that little, you get like that 20-in-1 electronics project kit when you're a kid?
Yeah.
And the first thing is the button that just beeps and makes a light turn on? That's making animals glow for geneticists
That's the
right
first
now.
step.
That's the first thing.
Any kid can do it.
Yeah, any scientist that gets their hands on genetic sequencing, first thing they do is they make an animal glow in the dark.
Yeah, that's your hello world.
Yeah, exactly. Echo.
Yeah.
Glowing rat.
Yeah, go to 10.
Yeah, just glowing rats appear, hundreds and hundreds of them. I don't understand how genetics works.
Right. But you think we should be making dragons? You want to see a dragon? A cute little dragon?
Oh man, I super do though. Like that's the thing.
That's the problem let's make stuff.
You know that I always fall on the side of I'm not super worried about the ethics of this as much as I think a lot of people are. But there is a line of emotional uncomfortability that I think everybody reaches, right? Like it's different for everyone. Making one dragon sounds neat. But we wouldn't stop at one dragon.
No, because then there'd be a competitive dragon market.
Yeah.
And it'd be like these hoverboards. Like, first few of them are fun.
God, I want one of those hoverboards.
I want a hoverboard that looks like a dragon.
Oh, man. And we're not talking about real hoverboards either, guys. We're talking about those two-wheeled Segway.
Yeah, those piece of crap little garbage toys.
God, I want one. I just want to roll up behind people like a mix between Job from Arrested Development and the boss from Office Space.
Yeah.
Just slide up behind people and just say one snarky thing and then just slide away. Oh, that's my dream.
So this is the organic version of that. This is just have your little dragon. You just walking around like a Bond villain, like petting a little dragon. Everybody will do it. It'll be like those chicks that you see in the mall with their dogs in their purse. Mm-hmm. Everyone's going to have a dragon. It's going to be the new status symbol of the 21st century is have your own little mini dragon. Get a dragon. Everybody's got to have a dragon.
Do I even want a dragon? Like, I want there to be a dragon
if everybody's
in the
doing
world.
a dragon.
Like, I want there to be a dragon in the world. We have a lizard, and they're not great. I mean, they're fine, but they're not great pets. Like, we have a leopard gecko.
Yeah.
And it's as friendly as it can be with its limited understanding of what the universe is, right?
Does it have bat wings?
But never mind. We'll just make a super smart pet dragon.
Yeah, that can't go wrong.
No. We'll make a dragon that has sort of like the brain and the response mechanisms of a puppy.
Yeah.
A puppy dragon.
Go fetch something and then fly over here with it.
All right, now I'm back on board.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
This guy's
creating entire species just to create them.
Yeah. That's what we're looking at, man. That's the future that is inevitable, I think.
Yeah.
If we have this technology, somebody's going to do it, and they will sell it, and people will buy it.
Now, you know it's inevitable. Do you want it in your lifetime?
It's going to happen in my lifetime. I don't think that... Dude, look at labradoodles. That's an abomination of nature.
I mean, they're pretty cute.
I mean, they're adorable.
I mean, if you get...
As abominations go,
yeah,
they're super cute.
If you get one that's a little more Labrador than Poodle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where it's just like real sweet.
What about
a sweet, calm guy?
What about like a Labradragon? Or a Dragadoodle?
I don't want a Dragadoodle.
You don't want a Dragadoodle?
No, because if it gets a little more, well, I guess we control how much doodle's in it.
Yeah.
You want more dragon than doodle.
Definitely.
You want an itty bitty.
You gotta have a little bit of doodle.
You want an itty bitty bit of doodle.
You gotta have some doodle in there.
A little bitty doodle, but you want a bunch of dragon.
Yeah, more dragon than doodle, because you don't want it to just be a sad sack of doodle. Those doodles are a little sad, I'll be honest. They don't have much dignity.
So, I mean, yeah, I want a dragon. I don't want to bring something into the world. Here's where my problem with it is. Bringing something into the world where it's like, here are these wings that do nothing. Like, we're giving you this extra structure that your body isn't built for, that's going to throw you off.
I mean, like ostriches have that.
That you can't do anything
Penguins have that.
No, but they've evolved to use that stuff. There's not a useless, non-functional part of a penguin. Penguins are silly, but they use...
Dude, there's animals that have useless, non-usable parts throughout nature.
That's us.
Us and many other things.
No, but I mean, like... But they sort of evolved into having them in a way where it's like, you don't put an animal into the world that has a burden that another animal doesn't have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't... Like, you have a Komodo dragon, and then you give a Komodo dragon 5-pound wings that it has to deal with.
Yeah.
That just get in the way and aren't really built for a Komodo dragon.
Right.
That's not cool. That's not cool to do to Komodo dragons.
It's a creature that is constantly confused.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's why it's only there for spectacle.
Well, and we're
going to stare at it in a zoo because it's just going to be sitting there befuddled the whole time.
And every structure of an animal's body needs to be supported by resources, by energy resources, by, you know.
Yeah. Not if it's just a spectacle animal.
Yeah, well, I mean, it still has to power those wings. Those wings have to get blood. They have to get oxygen.
True.
They have to get fuel to do nothing.
Yeah.
So that takes a large part of, like, maybe the animal needs to eat more. Maybe it's harder for the animal to survive. That's where I have a problem with it. I don't have a problem conceptually with dragons running around. I want dragons running around.
Well,
here's what I want, Jeff.
Okay.
Here's what I want.
You got real excited.
I want us to create functional dragons, and I want those functional dragons to somehow throw our society into upheaval to where we're just a world full of, like, Mad Max style dragon hunters. Not Reign of Fire.
Dragons versus
Not
tanks.
Reign of Fire.
That was by the way,
Not Reign of Fire.
The biggest missed opportunity in the history of cinema.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Not Reign of Fire.
Okay.
I'm thinking something where we go a little more tribal than that. Like maybe the cities are a little more overgrown in like the style of, like, you know, like a post-apocalyptic Last of Us.
Yeah, I hear you.
I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Enslaved sort of way.
Horizon Zero Hour.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, that game that's coming out this
Yeah.
year. The one where we're fighting, but not robots.
Not robots, actual
we're fighting
dragons.
actual dragons.
Let me posit this to you though, an alternative
Made
to
who?
a post-apocalyptic scenario.
Okay, but I don't know.
I understand you're very excited about
I'm
that.
very into the
But
post-apocalypse.
let me just posit something else. Like,
Okay.
obviously, the big concern with all of this stuff is the Jurassic Park scenario. Now, I've watched myself 4 Jurassic Park movies now, and
Sure.
it seems to me the big problem.
I've watched some of them more times than others. But
Right.
That's fine.
There's a couple that I've regretted watching, but
Sure.
I still took away lessons. And the lessons that I took away from the Jurassic Park movies
cool
are
leather jacket.
cool leather jacket mostly. Is we're going to put that in the caddy, in the back of the caddy, so if it gets a little chilly,
Yeah.
we'll pull those out.
If you can, doctor it. Cool leather jacket.
So here's the lesson. The reason things go badly is because the dinosaurs all have functional parts. Maybe the key to this is dragons that have a bunch of non-functional parts, so they can't actually do anything wrong. So you go to the zoo and you watch them, but they're not functional animals. They're just befuddled, silly little creatures that don't understand why they have big flappy wings that don't work.
Oh no, because I'm sad for those. Like, those make me feel
sad but safe.
Those make me feel
Sad
bad.
but safe.
Sad but safe is no way to live, Jeff, and I know because I've done it for 30-something years now.
By the way, that's the slogan of my
Sad but
theme
safe?
park. Jeff's Dragon Park. Sad but safe.
That's actually my ab tattoo. I have that in big
Jeff's Dragon Park is your ab tattoo?
And then I have just sad but safe in giant Gothic letters. When I in slow motion, when I take off my shirt and I raise up my shoulder blades, it just says sad but safe.
Well, it really made
And then I put my shirt back on because it's a little chilly. And then I put a blanket over the shirt so I don't catch a cold.
it really made your professional wrestling career.
Yeah.
It really did.
It did. It really did. I was constantly eliminated, but I'll tell you what, I got out of there smarter and better looking than everybody else. Not a single injury. Here's my thing. If we go back to what we were talking about before, where we can edit any part of the gene line, right?
Right.
I think the real problem with Jurassic Park is they make the dinosaurs, and like you're saying, I don't know that it's so much that every part of the dinosaur is functional, although, yes, I would probably get rid of the poison spitting sacs.
Yeah,
day one.
They like made functional dinosaurs. Don't make functional dinosaurs. Don't make a 1-to-1 recreation of this
Drain
great predator.
If they put a giant snake in a zoo, they drain the venom out of the snake.
Yeah.
Who leaves the fucking poison snacks in the... No, that's not
just
what you
bad
do.
design.
That's bad design. So maybe get rid of those, but also, like we were talking about early, get that puppy brain in there.
Yeah, puppy brain.
Get that puppy brain in there. Change some of those
There you go.
instinctive reactions, right?
Yeah.
Get yourself a cool dragon. Get yourself a dragon that's kind of like an elephant at a zoo. Not one of those mean tabletop elephants,
Right.
but like an elephant at a zoo that's just kind of like, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I guess
Docile.
there's a kid riding on me. It doesn't matter. I'm so huge. I don't care.
I love it. I'm just so... But I need
Puppy
to learn...
Dragon Park.
Puppy Dragon Park. They'll poop in the house, but only for a little while. Puppy Dragon Park.
Puppy Dragon. That's the other problem when you have like full scale dragons flying.
No pun intended.
Is if they poop like birds poop.
Ah.
That's going to be a huge
Oh
issue.
my God. Can you imagine like raining from the skies?
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's something they didn't show you in Rain of Fire.
They did. No, they did not. No, they did not. That was the Rain of Fire.
That was what it was.
That's the title is subtly referring to.
You're going to make any kind of mythical creature. They give you they give you the ability to edit CRISPR.
Yeah.
And they're like, Jeff, we've functionally done this thing. It's basically plug and play now.
Ooh.
It's like a character customizer in like an RPG or something.
Oh,
but
man.
you have or like Spore or something. It's
Yeah. Spore. Spore is basically what we've made with CRISPR. It's just
Yeah.
like plug and play. Boopity boop boop.
So plug and play, Jeff. What
what
kind
do
of
I
creature
want?
do you make?
I mean, I think might as well go for the gold right at the beginning, right? Just go straight Manticore.
God, yes, a Manticore.
Just go straight
God, yes,
to it.
This is why we're friends,
Yeah,
man.
we jumped right to the-
I was gonna say Manticore. Yeah,
Right?
Who doesn't want a fucking Manticore?
Why do you want to mess around and not just go right for the brass ring?
I am gonna genome print a Manticore. I'm gonna 3D print some sick armor,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna ride around the way I've always wanted to.
Yeah, astride a Manticore.
Astride a fucking Manticore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you name your Manticore?
Monty.
Monty the Manticore?
Yeah,
That's pretty
it's cute,
good.
right?
I love it. Adorable. He strike fear into the hearts of your enemies, and at home, adorable.
Well, because I would give him a battle name, like Cringer was Battle Cat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Monty would be like Battlecore.
It would be like Soul Ripper.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I would give it like a really Conan-ish sort of name.
Yeah. But at home, he's straight
at home
Monty.
He's Monty, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just Anthony. I take off my 3D printed armor.
Get my slippers, Monty.
3D printed armor, but one of those masquerade masks and a top hat, like tuxedo mask. Because who the fuck is gonna tell me not to wear that shit when I'm on a manticore called Deathbringer?
Does that mean that I get the caddy?
I mean, you don't want a manticore?
No. I mean, I'm letting you have the manticore.
I thought these were two different timelines.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. So we both have manticores.
Oh yeah, we both have manticores.
We're manticore buddies.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Manticore Club.
Yeah, I like it.
We meet every Thursday.
Yeah.
Ride around on our
manticores.
manticores. Like those dudes who ride recumbent bikes, except not lame.
Yeah. I'm going to name mine Evan.
Evan. Yeah, that's a good manticore name.
Yeah. Monty and Evan.
Yeah. Oh, man. I've changed my mind.
How much do we...
Everybody gets whatever mythical creature they want, and we live life battling mythical creatures.
I love it.
I know that in the beginning of this thing, I started off as the vegetarian guy who's really into animal rights. I know that after we, maybe later on this afternoon, I'll turn into that guy again. But right now, I'm really swept up in this, Jeff.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to be able to design whatever mythical creature they want and fight it. I don't know, maybe to replace the legal system.
I think that's a great idea. No more wars. No more litigation.
No way.
It's just manticore on manticore. Or manticore on ent. Or whatever you want.
Whatever it is.
Whatever you need.
Dude, a manticore would tear an ant apart.
I know, it's not really fair, but I just thought, what crazy mythical thing. Because we don't even need to stay in the animal world. We can go plants.
Yeah, of course we can.
Yeah.
We're going to make plant-animal hybrids now.
Let's
play God and destroy the ecosystem of this world.
How much does it cost?
Let's turn it into Battle World.
How do we get a CRISPR editor? Let's get one of those.
Oh, I think you just, ThinkGeek or something.
Oh, sweet.
Or I don't know. That's where I got my portal gun.
I'm sure it's the same technology.
It's just the same thing. It's just lights and a 9-volt battery.
Yeah. That's the hard part, is really getting the 9-volt battery.
That's the thing, is you got to go out because you never have any at home. You never have any at home.
And all those Radio Shacks are closed down now.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Guys, what kind of crazy mythical creature would you bring into this world if you had the ability to do so?
Don't say Manticore, because we already took that.
I mean...
The Manticore Club is very limited membership. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But, anything besides
we should
Manticore.
have jackets.
I mean, of course we're going to have jackets.
Okay.
We should talk more about this offline.
Yeah.
Because I've got a whole plan for the jackets.
Okay, cool.
But let us know what kind of animal that you would bring into the earth using the ability to modify DNA. You can tweet that to us. I'm at @acarboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those Monty. Yeah. And hey, if you're enjoying the show.
Oh, this one in particular, I'm enjoying quite much.
Quite much.
I'm
not even going to berate you for not knowing that I wasn't talking to you directly because of the quite much. It just made me feel sad for you. But if you out there listening are enjoying the show, 2 wonderful things you can do. Number 1, head to Patreon, patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. Support the show. We don't run ads. That's the only way we get money. Number 2, head to your platform of choice. Give the show 5 stars.
Yeah, 5 stars actually helps us out because people can find the show better.
And they're going to ask you to leave a review. Don't leave a review. Nobody reads the reviews. What you can do, though, is use that review as your application to join Manticore Club.
Yeah,
Just let us know
it's a very intense review process, but we think that what you write there will be influential in us deciding who gets in the club.
Yeah, so just head to iTunes, Stitcher, anywhere you listen, and just apply for Manticore Club. We got jackets.